Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
Listen, Wilbur. I know there's no such a person as Dracula. You know there's no such a person as Dracula. But does Dracula know it?
Oh, it's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hey fans, thanks for joining us today in another episode of JokerPool Podcast. I'm Dustin, howl at the moon, and this is my co-host.
I'm Jed, and I'm liking some lycanthropes today. And in case you're wondering what a lycanthrope is, it's another name for a werewolf, which is kind of what we're talking about today. What movie we're talking about?
Yep, we are reviewing a classic movie since it's almost Halloween time. We decided we'd do a video on the classic The Wolfman, starring Lon Chaney Jr. Woo! This is a classic Universal monster movie film that set the precedent for all future werewolf films and even horror films in general. The movie starts out with Lon Chaney's character. His name's
Lon Chaney Jr. Yeah. I remember reading about his dad, Lon Chaney Sr., who was like the guy who played the Phantom of the Opera in the original.
Yeah, he did.
And that was back like before. That was back in the silent cinema days, back where they didn't have microphones, so they just did like screenshots of the words that they said and then just cut straight back to the film.
Yeah, his dad was a silent film actor, like Jed said, and
a legend.
Yes. And he's playing, Lon Chaney Jr. is playing Lawrence Talbot in this film, and he decides to go back hometown to visit his dad and finds a girl, and things are going great until a werewolf attacks people at a party thing.
It's a gypsy party.
Yeah, well, he gets bit. And then
one of those werewolf, but that werewolf was actually one of the gypsies that we'll find out later.
Yeah. So, throughout the film, he's struggling with the fact of being a werewolf while trying to retain his humanity. And see, he doesn't want to hurt anybody. He tries his best to not, but things just never work out.
He even asked his dad to tie him down, but they always break out.
Yeah,
they always break the bonds. Never works.
They're
too strong.
Yeah, werewolves are. I mean, you can't just tie them up with ropes, people. Well, it has a very tragic ending, but
since all Universal monsters back in those days did have sad endings.
Yeah.
Always.
Because unlike Dracula, you actually feel for this guy. I mean, you can see the pain and struggle in Lon Chaney Jr.'s eye and face. I mean, he's that good an actor. You can just feel for the guy instantly. I mean, he
doesn't want to hurt people, but the animal that comes out of him, all he wants to do is kill.
Yeah, and the transformations are a classic. I think they did.
Back in those days, it was awesome.
Especially for the time. I mean, like the remake, yeah, it was cool.
I mean, the remake was good. I like that they kept the original look. That's what I loved. Yeah. You know, like how they kept it close, and the fact that they had him run on all four legs. That was amazing.
That was cool, but sometimes computer animation doesn't beat the old school stuff, and in this case...
No kidding.
Top in this werewolf. I mean, he does a great job, and fun fact, the werewolf that bites him is none other than Bela
Lugosi, who played Dracula.
Yeah. So...
Irony.
Yep. So, there's also that legend in the film, and I'm sure the other actors are pretty famous, but I don't even remember their names.
Claude Rains, Boris Karloff as the Mummy. Claude Rains is the Invisible Man.
Though.
Oh, okay, yeah. My bad.
It's all good. But yeah, this is easily a tentpole film for horror films, especially the classic Universal horror films, which, I mean, it's a great movie. The best part is like you can watch it with your family. This isn't like some gore fest thing that you need to watch by yourself. I mean,
like the remake.
Yes, but it's still scary. It's intense. The acting is phenomenal. The cinematography is great. I mean, the woods and the setting and everything, and the music. It's just awesome.
Yes, it is.
I'd easily give it a 5 stars. How about you, Jed?
4.5. I'll give it a 4.5 because it's a classic.
Yes, exactly. And it's hard to beat the classics, but
It really is.
Yeah. Highly recommend it. You should go check it out, especially this Halloween.
And be sure to check out all the other classic Universal monsters as well, including the one that scared me when I was a kid that like I mentioned in a past episode, The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
That one is also a very good film. And very great special effects. Well,
yes, it is.
Excuse me. Thank you for joining us today on this episode of the JokerPool Podcast. I'm Dustin, and
I'm Jed.
Okay, catch you next time, and happy Halloween!
Woo!